out.
Meg, recording it.
All right. So my name's Jatana. That's all right. We'll get started. We're recording now. So my name's Jatana Jackson. I am a wife and a mommy, and there are a lot of really cool accolades, but there's a lot of grit and work in the background that gets you to that point in your business. My journey started about 6 years ago when I was sitting on my couch eating Chick-fil-A every day, watching Good Morning America, and basically chilling while my kid took a nap and one of them was in preschool. I would go through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru in my minivan. Sorry if you have a minivan. I was on a 5-year plane. I drive a Jeep now. I'm like diehard Jeep girl. Push that really hard on my social media because I'm like anti-minivan because I had to do it for so long. But it was worth it. A time span that had it. Anyways, I digress. So I was this minivan mom who would like nurse in the back seat and eat Chick-fil-A in the back seat while my kid watched Bob the Builder on the DVD player. Like that was my life for a good 2 years. And then my son started going to preschool. So I would drop him off at preschool. I would go through the same Chick-fil-A drive-thru. Like they knew me by first name. Like, hey, Jatana, what's up? And I want a 4-count chicken mini, a large sweet tea, no ice, because I need as much sweet tea as possible in my cup because I put ice in it when I get home, right? And I want hash browns and chocolate chip cookies, the oatmeal ones. They're like kind of healthy, and then I'll get some extras for my kid. When they get home from preschool, they'll want one. I'll end up eating them all anyways. And I would sit down on my couch, and I would watch my recorded Good Morning America. And Good Morning America typically is all like, today Donald Trump said, we're having nuclear war here, and it's like super, super negative, unless it's summer concert series, and then you get to watch Luke Bryan shake his butt on TV. Fabulous. But otherwise, it's a lot of negativity filling my brain as I'm consuming Chick-fil-A. Love Chick-fil-A, not downing it, but really you shouldn't do it every day like I did. And started to compound weight and negativity in my brain, and finding that was the only thing I was doing to de-stress, when really what I was doing to de-stress was actually draining the crap out of me. I had a hard time finding community here in Northern Virginia. Is where I live, and people they don't look at you when you go to your mailbox. I'm from the South, like South Carolina South, and we hang out after church and go have cookouts and come over and have a beer and hang out on Saturday afternoon kind of vibe, and that is not the jam here. I'm pretty sure my neighbors think I'm crazy. They don't talk to me, so I had no community. I was starting to gain weight very rapidly because my lifestyle was sitting on the couch or just taking care of my kids. I was barely surviving in life as a mom, and I'm sure a lot of us mamas have been through that phase. It's kind of a phase we go through, and we weather through it, or we get totally destroyed and off track completely. And so I remember sitting on my playroom floor, and my little one was crawling on me, and I was like, you know what? I have everything in life I've ever wanted. I have a husband that's loving. We don't need anything financially. We have a beautiful home, and I have healthy children. I'm so miserable right now. I'm so unhappy, and I didn't understand why. Why? I have everything I've ever wanted. Why would I be unhappy? And so I was like, maybe I'll start working out. Maybe I'll feel better, because I heard, when you work out, you get endorphins. Oh, everyone, please mute your lines, because it's awkward when somebody random is like, hey, Dave, turn off the TV. Sorry. That's what you get with me. All right, hold on, sip of coffee. So I'm laying there, and I'm like, I'm going to start working out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go buy me some Jillian Michaels at Target for $19.99. I'm going to do my Slim Shred, whatever it's called, right? So I did that for a little while, got bored. I remember seeing an Insanity infomercial. I had bought P90X years before that. It was not my jam. I hated it. Tony, you're hilarious, but the program was not for me. Can't do a pull-up, saved my life. So I was like, you know what? Shaun T's easy on the eye. All I need is a TV and just a floor, and I can do that. So I put on Facebook. It shows up every year. Does anybody own Insanity that I can borrow? Because I am not paying $60 for DVDs. That's insane, right? Lives up to its name. And somebody answered. She let me borrow it, and I still have it. She's actually one of my customers now. But she let me borrow it, and I started it, and I stopped it. I started and I stopped it 6 or 7 different times, which we've all kind of probably been through that process. And I got frustrated. I'm like, why the heck can I not complete the stupid program? 3 minutes in, I want to die. I want to punch the TV. I feel defeated. My baby's now crying. Like, I give up on life right now. This really sucks. And so the one thing that I had an answer to was starting to make me feel really defeated. And I sat down on my iPhone 1 at the time, 6 years ago, and looked up Beachbody or looked up Insanity. I saw the little commercials at the end about Summit. And I came across the message board somehow, which is really old school Beachbody. And I found this girl. She had an Insanity thread. She had before and after pictures. She had 2 kids the same age as mine. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, please tell me what you did. Like, help me, please. I need help right now, or I'm going to like have a mommy moment and drive my car in a river. You know, when you have those crazy moments where you're like, I really feel like I'm going to drive a car into the river right now. I was having that moment, and she emailed me back, thankfully, emailed.
Right, let's do it in the other room. So
that's like the Dave, cut off the TV. She emailed me back, and she plugged me into a challenge group, and that is where like all the answers to my craziness had come to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a bunch of chicks in here. They're all doing the workouts. Like, I get up in the morning, no community. You know, stay-at-home mom is a lonely life sometimes. And I would get on my phone and be like, hey, oh my gosh, she bought new shoes. Oh, that's cute. Oh, let me take a selfie. Like, they accepted my sweaty selfie and everything. So it was this community that took me in. I felt loved. I felt accepted. I felt finally excited about pushing play every day. And so about 7 weeks into Insanity, I was like, I'm like the new, I don't know if any of y'all are Christians, I'm like the new believer that's like, everybody needs that Jesus right now. I was so excited about my results with Insanity. I literally wanted to tell every mom that I came in contact with, you understand, you need the gym. Like, this is amazing. Like, I got abs now and I had 2 C-sections. This is so cool. You should do it with me. A lot of people looked at me like I was crazy, but I was like, in my gut, like organic, natural, fall in love with the Beachbody process. And so my coach was like, hey, you ever considered coaching because you're like legit running the group right now? And I was like, I don't know. That sounds cool. Do I get like business cards or something? Like, am I going to be like official? Do I have to hold parties? Because that was my like persona of network marketing. And so she's like, no, we're going to run little challenge groups like this on Facebook. And you just go find people that you think would want to do it with you. And that's how the business is built. I'm like, okay, cool. Literally, that's how I started my business. And to this day, that's how I keep running my business. I never divert and try to overcomplicate things with this whole, with social media, with running training groups, with doing business activity trackers. If you can stay in that realm of like how it changed your perspective on fitness and health and what it's done for you personally, and you bring that to every single invite, this business really does go a lot smoother and it's more joyful rather than painful. So I've been doing it for 6 years now, and I still am at that. I try to stay in what we call phase 1. I stay in phase 1, and I try to make sure I remember every single woman that I talk to is at some sort of reality that I was in. Her reality might look a little bit different, but she's in a reality that I was in prior to Beachbody, and I've got to grab her hand and show her and convince her that if she jumps in with me 3-5 years from now, her whole life could be changed. And so I come at it with such a confidence, and I believe in them before they believe in themselves. So that's where I'm at. Things have evolved and changed with Beachbody. You know, I built to 10-star, 6-figure income on Facebook on my personal page. So that's don't discount that, because that's a huge influence. I see a lot of people bouncing all over the place. I'm like, girlfriend, like master something first before you're like, I'm going to build a blog and a website, and I'm going to be an Insta story boss, Instagram and Facebook and a like page. Like, you really have to understand all of the different pieces if you're going to go into one thing. And so I built my business for 6 years, over $100,000 a year on Facebook alone, personal page. Then I started to max out. And I started to get really annoyed with politics because it was all over Facebook. And I found that Facebook became a toxic place for me. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I'm getting really irritated jumping on Facebook. I feel like a negative Nelly every time I get on here because all I hear about is Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump or whatever. And I'm like, I'm tired of hearing it. It's making me feel down. And so I actually, by default, went over to Instagram because I was sick of Facebook. Started playing around with Instagram. Boom. blew up and became the front runner within Beachbody on Instagram, and realized this is like a more free, fun, safe place. Because Facebook, for some reason, and don't discount Facebook because that's definitely where your warm market is, but Facebook is like this protective place. Like, this is my family. These are my friends. You can't come in here unless I know you. Instagram, in general, is very like, hey, these are my pictures. Please come like. And so I've kind of moved over to Instagram and found more. I get like 95% of my business over on Instagram now. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. I don't know how I got in this nutshell. I may know that maybe. No. Okay. Anyways, that's me and where I'm at and how I got started. So I'm open to answer questions. Hopefully you guys don't think I'm a complete lunatic, but okay, I am. Robin, what's up, girl? Where you at?
Hi. Okay, so I can read some of them off. First question is, you already answered this, your journey. How to get started, you already answered that. Okay, so one of the questions that we learned, or techniques that we learned from another coach, was 5-3-1 method, but my girls aren't really a fan of it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Is this like get up and go kind of thing?
I don't really know, like message.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Message 5 people.
Oh. I don't know what you're talking about.
Basically, you like reach out constantly and like send 80 messages a day. What other techniques are there? Because I don't message people. People reach out to me. Like, I don't ever message people because I don't want to, but that's what a lot of times you're told to do. Do you have anything else that you would do besides reaching out like that?
I know when I first started building this business, and I know that things have changed, so it's a little different now, but when I first started, I was reaching out, and it came from, like I said, that authentic place. And it went to people that I felt comfortable reaching out to, where I felt like there was already a connection, like, oh, she cheered with me in college. Hey, Ashley, what's up, girl? Okay, so I'm doing a fitness group, and I think you'd be amazing, and we'd have so much fun together. Would you want to jump in with me? That was more my like beginner, novice way of inviting. Now things have changed so much with stories. If you do a really good job with your Insta stories and you do a really good job of finding new people to follow you, you really can get them to come to you, which is a beautiful place to be. You feel less pressure, less awkwardness, and that's like a whole other training there. But I do coaching. I'm very intentional, and I teach my coaches this. I'm like, listen, you are a freaking farmer. I need you to plant the seed in the idea of coaching first. Plant it. Because once you plant it, they're watching you. They're watching you and they're saying, could I do that? Does that look like fun? So I constantly say, make sure you're planting seeds every single day. You don't have to invite them to coaching. You just need to say something like, oh my gosh, you would be killer on my team. You'd be amazing. You're such an inspirational leader in our challenge group. Planting the seed of coaching first and having a system for that, whether it's 5 a day, 10 a day, depending on your audience and what you have right now. Making sure you're doing that every day, because the more you plant the seed and the more you're consistent in front of your audience, whether that's on Facebook or stories or whatever, and the more you're making new connections, like that whole wheelhouse starts running. And as soon as you do a call to action or you start popping in I got 5 spots left, I got 3 spots left, people start joining because you planted the seed for them and they've been watching. You harvest it with water and sunshine and fertilizer. That's your workout. So you're showing up every day. You're loving on them on their social media presence, and then boom, it like sprouts, and everybody sprouts at different times. Does that make sense, Robin? I do some invites, but I don't really like to cold invite. But there are teams like Amy Silverman's team. I had her on my team call. She's like, I do 100 a day, cold. You got to do what brings you joy. For me, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Do what works for you, but I also find it, I'd rather just put it out in my story and just be a weirdo, and then they'll connect because they're weird too. Okay, so next question is...
Hence why we're friends.
I know, exactly. Weirdo, right? So the next question is, what was your initial goal was, your biggest motivator, how to get out of a rut?
Hold on, there's a lot of questions here.
Okay, so your goal and your biggest motivator.
Wait, say it again.
Your initial goal and your biggest motivator.
My very first goal when I signed up was I want to hit Success Club. My coach told me this on the call. I had no clue what she was saying, but like it was so funny. She called me and gave me like this whole getting started right call thing, like the official thing to do 5 years ago. And I was on the phone, and I'm such a Ruby personality. I'm like, so I spoke at my college graduation, and I was a Wallfellow, and like telling her my freaking resume, and she's like, I don't care. But she said to me, she probably thought I was crazy. Like, why is this girl like proving herself? I thought I was like hired for a job. It was really strange. But she said, I need you to hit Success Club this month before the last Thursday of the month. And I need you to assign 2 coaches, one being your husband and one being whoever else you want that to be, and go Emerald by the last Thursday of the month. And I go, okay, check. I'll go do it. And I'm like I said, I'm Ruby. I'm very goal oriented. So I went and hit Success Club. I went and I sent 165 messages my first day as a coach. After I had that conversation, I was like, you want to jump in? It was horrible. Like, a lot of them said no, but I guarantee you, like 160 of those people are now either my coaches or my challengers to date. So yes, I went in and I started mass inviting early on when I just started to join my Insanity Challenge group. And then I set my goal to hit Success Club. And from then I've always said Success Club is a non-negotiable. It is the fuel. It is the blood for my business. If I'm not hitting it, my business is not going to move forward. And so even if it's just 6 points, that's 3 people that I've continued to add to my ecosystem of my business. So I think what was the second question, Robin?
Okay. The second question was,
what was your first goal? And then you said, what motivates me?
Yeah. What motivates you?
I know everybody says you have to have a why. The strong why. And it's weird because I don't have the burning building strong why. I've wrestled with that for a long time because I always felt guilty that everybody had this, like, Summer Tucker's want to bring her husband home from the military and things like that. I'm like, but I don't, like, my husband works and he makes 6 figures and we're comfortable. I don't need the money. I'm healthy. My kids are healthy. Like, there's not something that's tugging at my heartstrings. But what I can say is that every day this brings so much joy in my life. It gives me purpose outside of being a mommy. And now that I've got a team and I just hosted this huge retreat for the 3rd year in a row, those moments are what I live for. So I'm like, I got to host the next retreat. We're going to Galveston, Texas, and we're going to bring a super trainer again. And I'm going to spoil them with matching shirts and matching hats and jumping off pontoon boats. But I got to get to work if I want to have that retreat. So I guess my why is that I just love the value that it adds to my life, the friendships, the team camaraderie that we have, going on the Success Club trip with all my girls, wearing matching tank tops. That brings me joy. And so to fund all that, I got to get to work. And I love when I have women on my team who are like, I need to really seriously make an extra income or things are going to be bad. And so hearing them be able to quit their home daycare system that was making their lives miserable, their marriage miserable, but they were able to make enough income, whether it was $30,000 or $40,000 a year, and no longer have to bring a home daycare system into their home and make their life miserable. So I can't imagine having a home daycare. I'd probably drive my minivan into the river. Sorry. What else you got for me, Robin?
All right. How do you get out of a rut? Tips for staying consistent. And those can go together. So this is a good one for you where you get like winter depression and like that kind of stuff. You need your light and you need that light, Jatana. And
yeah, I struggle really bad with SAD, which is seasonal affectiveness disorder. Like really bad. And it's been raining for like 4 days straight. I just came back from the beach, so I'm kind of on that high. But I am a self-motivator. I know not everybody is self-motivated. I think I came out of the womb that way. But when I'm feeling down, I usually try to, or not motivated, I try to surround myself with people who are insanely motivated. And so whether that be, there's nobody around, that's a Gary Vee video on YouTube that will kick me in the pants. Or just going and hanging out with a girlfriend or getting on a Zoom chat with a success partner or somebody like Robin who's like full of like jolly life all the time. No, for real, like surround yourself. That's what this business is about. Surround yourself with people who are going to fuel you. Like don't be the Debbie Downer to that person all the time. But if you are feeling unmotivated, you got to have a community of people who are going to pull you up and be like, Jatana, get together. So Gary Vee is my go-to when I'm feeling like a lazy butt. Like today, so Jimmy Hayes Nelson spoke on our team call last night. And he said one of his things, it was he gave us 15 things. And it was talking about build grit, have a mantra, chip away, do one more. And he used the analogy of like when he said, consider taking a nap. Because like, I worked hard, now I'm going to take a nap. And he talked about do one more. Well, I laid down today to take a nap. And I thought, darn you, Jimmy. Like, I want to take a nap. But I messaged Jimmy because I knew he would pump me up. So I'm like, Jimmy, I want to take a nap right now. Nobody's home. I've done all my invites. I've done my business. I want to lay down. And he messaged me back, Jatana, do you want to get to 15 star? Get your little up right now. You're not going to get to 15 star laying in the bed. And so I'm like, right. So surround yourself with people who can really fuel you. So that means you have to be protective of your energy too, because people will drain you also. So if you find that you're surrounding yourself with people that are draining you, you might need to find another circle of peeps.
Good. That's good. All right. How do you stay engaged, relevant, relatable in online presence?
Well, just kidding. I'm totally joking.
Yes.
I just try to be my authentic self. When I first started, I used to look around and see all these coaches and beautiful coaches, and I didn't have my ish together like I do now. But I would look around, I compared myself like crazy. I even did a post about it yesterday, I think. I still struggle with it. And I looked and I'm like, I don't have that. I don't look like that. I don't have those abs, like all these different things that I would see. And so there came actually a really nasty point in my business where one of the top coaches kind of came at me in a very negative way. And I almost quit because I was like, I don't fit in with that crowd and they don't want me. And so I was like, you know what, either I'm going to, and this was when I was an Emerald coach. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to build my own team. Like I wanted to affiliate with this team that I thought was cool, but they didn't want me because I wasn't a part of their crew. I wasn't in their downline. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to have to build what I want from scratch. And so for me, it was like, you know what, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be me, and the people who like me are going to be attracted. I'm crazy, wild. I like country music. I love my Jeep. I like hair and makeup. I wear makeup when I work out. If you don't like it, don't watch me. Like that's my jam. But I'm attracting people who are my jam. So when I go on Success Club trips or I run retreats, we all are strangers coming from Oklahoma and California and all these places we've never met before. But it's like we've known each other our whole lives because I've naturally started to attract my tribe because I've been my authentic self. And people, honestly, they receive it better. Like when you're on Insta stories, and I use this analogy when I was speaking at Summit, if I got on Insta stories and I tried to act like Melanie Mitro, y'all would all be like, why is she giving me business tips and being all organized and like structured? Like that's not you, Jatana. Flip it. And if you guys were at Summit, you heard this, the Freaky Friday moment. If Melanie Mitro were to dance on her countertop with her Shakeology or Energize, y'all be like, Melanie, that's so inappropriate. Like, what are you doing? That's not right. And so that just tells you, like, both are successful. Melanie is super successful at what she does. Jatana is super successful at what she does. But we do them totally different. And so I think it's really important for you to be, like, find out who you are. And it took me time. Like, I didn't know who the flip I was. I was like, there's Lindsay Matway. There's Melanie Mitro. There's Christine Dwyer. What am I? I don't know. And so that's another reason why I love this whole journey, because I really got to discover who is Jatana as a 37-year-old woman with growing kids and a husband and a business owner. I found that now, and I feel good in that now. And so when my presence on social media, it's just raw, real, authentic Jatana.
That's awesome. Okay, so how to get started? What goals should a new coach have, and how? You already answered this though.
Go Emerald and
get to Emerald and sign up your husband.
Sign up your husband and your best friend and hit Success Club, and then do it again next month.
Okay, there's some questions in the comments here too, Jatana.
Okay, I can't read. Hold on, just kidding.
You see it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, Robin, you're recording. I remember you in Toronto. You share the marketing map with 80 Obsession IG stories. Do you follow the same type of pattern every month as far as posting in stories regardless of new launches? Yes. So my team has a marketing plan, and we have I have a new coach marketing plan, and my degree is marketing, which works. But I have a new coach marketing plan, so they know as soon the day they sign up for the next 12 days, they have a structured format that they can follow. Like day one, post this. And it's like, y'all, it's not overcomplicated. Like, tell us about your story or open up as a coach. And so each day they have a post that they're supposed to do on IG and on Facebook. And then if they're feeling froggy, on Instagram stories. And so I give them a very structured, and then after they've finished those 12 days of post, we have a Monday through Saturday. Sunday's always kind of that rest and refresh kind of post, but Monday through Saturday is a structured post that they do that really breadcrumbs whatever we're leading up to. And typically it's either a challenge group or a new coach sneak peek that we're doing. And so we just funnel through that like systematically through the month. So the first half of the month, we're running a challenge group. So we're pushing marketing plans that lead to our challenge group. Concept of the marketing plan each day is tied into what the challenge group is going to be about. Is it going to be about Makeover Mama? Is it going to be about No Mom Left Behind, which is what mine's called now? Slay the Day, which was on Miracle Morning, like whatever, or Girl Wash Your Face was another one we did. Whatever the actual group is going to be about, I reverse engineer that in the marketing plan. I tell them this is very generic topics, but I want you to tie it to what your challenge group is going to be. And so when you do that, your audience, it makes more sense in their brain when you're finally going, boom, call to action time. They're like, oh my gosh, you've been prepping me for this. Yes, I need to be in it because my floors are dirty. I don't know how to organize cabinets. You know, that might be the concept of your group that you're doing. And then same with after we do our challenge group call to action, we fill it up. We do a order by date. We do FOMO, all kinds of stuff in the challenge group. We get people to order. We get started, and then we start going into our marketing plan for coaching. And it's like that every single month, wash, rinse, repeat. Sometimes we have 30 people, sometimes we have 300 people, but we do it no matter what. So that's the pattern. And that pattern, like, is not rocket science. You can just sit down, figure out what your group's going to be, and reverse engineer it. What are your concepts going to be about for your coaching? Like, what kind of messages do you want to put out? Reverse engineer it and go with it. And then teach your team to do the same. All right. If you don't have many followers, like 200, and don't have the friends and support system, how do you start your business? You start getting followers. You do. You start getting followers. And there's different ways to go about that. You can outsource it. I do have a guy that runs my IG now because it's like overwhelming. So I post on my stories. That's all me, but he runs the background stuff with finding people. Or if you want to be like, this is what I did when I first started on Instagram. Well, let's talk about Instagram. Let's talk about Facebook. Instagram is one of those things where you want to find people who really will connect with you because they don't want to follow your page if it makes no sense for them to follow your page. And so like yesterday, I used the hashtag Jeep Girl, and so I'll follow the hashtag Jeep Girl, and I start looking through the pictures. Now, sometimes they're like on their Jeep and like all laid out in their bikini. I'm like, that's not my jam. I'm just looking for the mom that's like, hey, ride a Jeep. Or for example, I got weave now, but I used to have a blonde bob. It's not really weave. I don't know what it's called, extensions. But I used to use the hashtag blonde bob, and I would go through hashtag blonde bob, like you can actually follow it, and look for girls who had just got their hair done, and they took a picture and posted on Instagram because they want all their friends to see their cute little blonde bob, and they have like 16 likes, not 250, 16 likes or so, and I like it, and I comment like, girl, how'd you get that beach wave in your blonde bob? Because I can't ever do it. It looks ridiculous. Or just give them some sort of compliment or interaction with a question, and I do that like 30 times a day. That's what I did in the beginning before I outsourced. But 30 times a day, I would find a hashtag that I'm going to follow, hashtag blonde bob, hashtag hair extensions. Like, go find a chick that just got her hair done and interact with her about something that you can connect with. Nursing mama, like there's all kind, dog mom, whatever you might start getting into like the network marketing hashtags, which you want to try to stay away from. Blonde Bob is not one. Like nursing mom might not be one. I know one of my coaches has PCOS or something like that. And so she has really thrived in that community, went diamond in like 4 weeks, has 20,000 followers on Instagram. That's her jam. Like that's all she talks about. And those are her people because she can make that connection with them. So that's Instagram hashtags, knowing what yours are, coming up with unique ones that other people would use and start following them and start interacting with the people that use those. Facebook, I watched a training video very early on as a coach by Brigitte Limford. And she was like talking about how she pulled out her like high school yearbook. This is a really old video. She's like sitting in her old office. But she pulled out her high school yearbook and she's like friending all of her high school classmates. And that's basically what I did with Facebook. I just remembered everybody that I knew. Like, who did I go to high school with? Who did my husband work with? Who did I go to college with? Who did I work with when I waited tables at T-Bones in Myrtle Beach? Like thinking through all those people and really connecting on that's the easiest way to get followers who are probably going to accept your friend request. But that's what I did with Facebook. And then once I started running challenge groups, here's my little trick. When I run challenge groups and I get all my, I call it my finalist list. They're the finalists for my Makeover Mama. And I put a collage together and I post it on Facebook and I tag every single one of them. And I'm like, in 21 days, every one of these women's lives are about to be transformed because I'm going to teach them meal planning. I'm going to show them how to work out and make it doable for the day. And I list out all the benefits of being a part of my challenge group and I tag them and I make it public with their permission, of course. I've never had, actually I have one girl tell me no because she was going through divorce and it was weird. But otherwise, nobody tells me no. And that's how I get more people to come follow me because they're like, wait, Susan, what are you doing? Like, why are you on this collage? What is this? And then they come stalk me and they either follow me or send me a friend request. And so that's another way that I'm able to reach outside my circle of influence. Okay. I would love to know how many new conversations you have on average a day. I feel like I'm looking at my phone all day. And do you have specific work hours? Do you find sticking with it with those hours hard? Yeah. So work hours to me make me feel claustrophobic. Like I can't stand somebody saying or telling myself that I'm going to work from 3 to 4. Like I didn't sign up for this to feel like I had a job. That's just my personality. Some people, you emeralds, need that structure and you thrive. It ministers to your heart to have structure. My heart feels trapped when I have structure. So I am very bouncing all over the wall. I do have an assistant now that keeps me in line. So once you definitely get a steady flow of income, I highly encourage you to hire some help. But I tend to wake up in the morning. The first thing I do before I look at my phone is pick up my book, my personal development. Like I do not dive into the world until I have fueled my body. So I do my personal development and then I come downstairs and start making my shake and recording myself, do all that crazy stuff. So in terms of business hours, it's usually early on in the business when the kids went to bed and the husband went to bed. Like there was a lot of late night grits. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it for you. There were times when I was like, you know what? I thrive in this. I'm loving this. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. And from 9 p.m. because my husband gets up super early to go to work, so he goes to bed at like 8:30 at night. They're at Bible study right now. I left Bible study to come here. Y'all got me out of Bible study. But I would work while they were sleeping from like 9 to midnight, and I would get a lot of work done. And people don't usually respond to your messages late at night, so that's kind of nice too because you can get them out there and then like run away. Throughout the day while my kids were at school, grocery store line when I'm sitting in Taekwondo and my kids are doing their thing and they're like actually not looking at me like, okay, look up, mama's looking. But I'm also very self-aware when I'm in those type of public places because one of my diamond coaches that I signed last year, she went diamond last year, was the girl sitting next to me at Taekwondo. So you got to be really self-aware of people that are around you in those type of environments because there's something really beautiful about that face-to-face interaction. Noticed she had a NPC or whatever, the fitness competitor jacket on. She was really beautiful. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, she's really beautiful and she's super fit. There's no way she's ever going to want to join my team. She's going to think I'm a weirdo on a Beachbody coach. Like, come on, I'm going to be a Beachbody coach. But I went for it. I became Facebook friends with her. I started loving on her on Facebook. And then she signed up to become a coach because I basically said, you know what? You can only train and help so many people in a limited amount of time. Here, we can do it online. You don't have to come up with the tools, and you'll be able to inspire a lot of women like myself. And told her my story. And she signed up, and like 6 weeks later was a diamond coach. I think that answers your question. So I work sporadically throughout the day, and I find pockets of time. My kids are in school, so during the school year, it's a lot easier. Like I'm probably working 6 hours a day while they're in school. And then night times, and then summer. Tell us who she is, and we'll kick her ass. Okay. Oh, there's a child there. Sorry. I don't know what that's about, Heather. Laugh out loud, Heather. Laugh out loud, Heather. Heather's funny.
That was about the girl. That was about the girl who was.
I'm not telling y'all. This is recorded, and y'all all know her, so no way. All right. How do you follow up with people who say they want to join, but when you share, oh, I love this question. But when you share there is an investment, you get crickets. All right, my favorite question ever, because it's the one that's always asked. So this is what I tell my peeps, my coaches. When you start an interaction with somebody, first and foremost, do not like dive in. It's like you're putting the nail in the coffin. Like, don't dive into what it costs. Don't dive into what all it entails. Don't dive into how many days they're going to be working out. None of that. If somebody says, or you start talking to somebody about a challenge group or about coaching, first thing I do is ask them questions. You got to get their story. You got to get the words flowing, because those words are what you're going to use to continue the invite. So, for example, if it's a challenger conversation and they're a prospect for a challenge group and they say, I don't know, I'm kind of interested. Like, what is it? How much does it cost? And you're like, oh, shoot, ask me how much it costs. Crap, 160. No, you say, oh my gosh, girl, you would love it. You're going to be amazing. But first, before I can figure all that out, tell me a little bit about your fitness goals. I want to know about your nutrition, and be real with me, girl. This is you need to have coffee chat conversations with them, not robotic conversations. That's gross. Nobody likes that. So tell me a little bit about your nutrition. Be for real. What did you eat yesterday? List it from morning to night, because I need to know legit what you're actually taking in. And then also, what are your biggest obstacles? What do you think's been tripping you up in the past? What's worked and what hasn't worked for you? I ask those questions, and I don't even like to read long paragraphs. I like things in snippets. If you give me a long paragraph, I glaze over. But every time I ask those questions, I literally get their life story. And I'm like, this is good stuff. This is the stuff that I need to really formulate my response. And so I'm asking about their fitness goals, their nutrition, legit nutrition, and their obstacles. And typically the response back I'll get is, here's a scenario. Well, I'm a swing shift nurse, so I work really weird hours. I barely have any time of the day. I'm dropping my kid off at daycare, so my time is super limited. My nutrition is pretty good. I'll have, I'll make myself a smoothie in the morning with a cup of coffee, and then, sometimes I have vending machine stuff, but not all the time. I'll do a lean cuisine, the low sodium ones, and then I'll have a salad or something, maybe with my coworkers. And then, I make normal dinners for my family. We'll have spaghetti, or we'll do breakfast for dinner, and I'm hearing it all, right? And so I'm like, okay, got it, Susan. All right, so you're a swing shift nurse, so you're very super limited on time. I heard that piece of it. What I want to do is I want to figure out a workout that's going to fit in that pocket of time. Because guess what, girlfriend? You're a nurse. People are relying on you for their life. How can you not take care of yourself for a small pocket of time during the day and then go in and serve others? You have got to be taking care of yourself. You are going to fall apart. And if you love this nursing job that you have, you owe it to those people, because most nurses are pearls, and so you got to feed into the pearl. And so tying in with they say, their words, their why, whenever you respond to them, well, it won't be, well, it's $160. You're going to get a meal replacement. You're going to work out 30 minutes a day. It's on bod. And like you pick whatever workout you want. They don't mean jack crap to them. What's important to them is how it's going to solve their problem. And the only way you're going to know what their problems are is if you ask the right questions in the beginning. So that's usually how my invites go. Coaching, same thing. I'm kind of interested in coaching. I don't know if I have enough time. I don't know anything about, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't know anything about social media. Like what all does it entail? Stop there. Okay, so you're interested in coaching. Tell me like what has you excited about it? What are you interested? What is it that makes you even want to ask me about it? Usually it'll be like, I can't stick to my fitness journey, and I thought maybe that would really help me. You look like you're having so much fun with all those little trips and matching tank tops. Like I need the community in my life. Hearing those responses that they give you is gold. Like that's all you need to hear to be able to formulate the rest of the conversation. If you guys can master that, the asking the right questions, listening, hearing all the red flags and what they say in both scenarios, your invites are like, because you'll speak right to their heart, and you won't have to give them like technical stuff with price tags, because the price tag is not going to matter. Nobody cares about $160. If they know it's going to solve their problems, unless they legit don't have money in their bank account, that's a whole nother thing. There's nothing they can like. Well, Ren did it. My coach Ren, who's now a 2-star diamond, she sold her TV so she could get a challenge back. So they can if they really wanted it. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Let's see here. If you're in the middle of a challenge group like 8-day session, how do you try to reach out more people to join? I run 30-day challenge groups no matter what. So I just run 30-day challenge groups. Sometimes I'll do, if I'm personally wanting an 80-day journey, I will run an 80-day group with a group of girls. But I run 30-day groups, and they can do whatever program they want. They can do 80-day obsession. They can do T25. It doesn't matter. I do have a VIP group, which is my loyal customers, the people who are not coaches. They just want to do bod and Shakeology. And so I do a VIP group that is continually running. And I'm in there and very present. It's basically my baby. It's like my challenge group. I'm a glorified challenger in there with all my girls that have been with me for like 6 years. Okay. Top coach who's mean to you. Heather, you can't let this go. Bless and release. That's what they say. That's my life. How not to eat the treats patients family bring on. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, that would be rough. All those cookies and yummy stuff. Pearls, rubies. Are those archetypes? What? Okay, so the pearls, rubies, oh God, I have to speak on this on our Push to Diamond. I'm glad you said something because I was supposed to do that tonight. It's a gym test. Highly recommend it. I make all my coaches take it. Very first thing. It's by Danny Johnson. It's a gym personality test, and it will tell you what your motivators are and what your demotivators are. So if you're a Ruby personality, you're like a go-getter, and you don't want detail. You just want to go and crush goals. If you get those kind of coaches, they're in challengers, they're amazing, and they're going to kill it, but they burn out. So you got to learn how to mentor them through that. And then you got the emerald coaches who are like, just tell me a to-do list. Like, tell me exactly what to do, and I want to check it off. That's the emerald coach. Super organized. I drive them crazy because I'm a ruby sapphire. So not only do I want to crush goals, but I'm like all over the place. So to go take the gym personality test. You'll learn a lot about yourself, your kids, your spouse, and your team. And you'll be able to pinpoint it when you're an invite. When you're in the middle of an invite and you're talking to an emerald, they're probably going to say something like, okay, so what is the exact, what exactly am I going to be doing? Tell me, when am I supposed to eat? Like, they're really like super into like the details of it. And you're like, oh girl, you're an emerald. All right, let me love on you like an emerald likes to be loved on. So important to learn those skills. So your 30-day group, is that mostly for new coaches to see how you run group? What do you do for them after 30 days? So yes, I believe in the I do, we do, you do. So I run a 30-day group with my coaches that signed the previous month before. So if they signed up in September as a coach, say I have 6 coaches that signed up in September, me and those 6 coaches will run a group together. I'll facilitate it and run it. I'll seal the deal for them in my challenge group sneak peek, which is a whole other call. And their challengers, their goal is to get 3. And my challengers, we do 30 days together. And then after that, I help them create the concept of their next group. Okay, you want to do Motivated Mamas? I keep saying that. Or Slay the Day, which is Miracle Morning in our team, because Miracle Morning sounds so cheesy. So I did Slay the Day. And that's what you want your concept to be. Let's do a marketing plan for it. All right, let's execute it. How many prospects do you get in there? Have you responded? Tell me the list of people. They'll copy and paste their list. They got 15 girls in there that are waiting to join their challenge group. What did Tanya say? What did Ashley say? Cool. All right, and I'm very hand-holding for the first 60 days as a coach. I do it. We do it. Boom. It's time to fly. You do it. And some people sink and swim. Some people realize they're like, I don't really want to do all this by myself. And I'm like, cool. We have a team challenge group where they're customers, but they're coaches, but they're actually customers. And so we have that challenge group as well. So if they kind of bring people in randomly, there is a place for that. Do you prefer to run groups on? I hate the app. I like Facebook. Sorry, Carl. That's just my jam. I think everybody prefers. And I have a coach who is in her 50s, and she's like, I love the app. Like we just don't do Facebook. So it's whatever works for you. Do you start a 30-day group the same day each month? Sort of. I do the second Monday of every month is when my group starts. So I'm in Success Club by the first week of the month, and my new coaches are as well. What and how do you teach your new coaches to grow their followers and to find new people? The hashtags on Instagram and bring out your freaking yearbook kind of mentality for Facebook, because that's what Facebook is. Like your advice on newer coaches or the ones who are too broke for assistance. Wait, you like it or you would like my advice? I would like your advice for the newer coaches or the ones who are too broke. I don't understand the question. What is your advice for the newer coaches? Get in and work. If you want this, get in and work hard. I didn't have assistant until I was 5-star. So that was like 3 years into the business. So you just work really hard. Find those pockets of time. Like I said, my kids and my husband were in bed by 9 o'clock. So from 9 to 12, I put my earbuds in, had a cup of coffee, and I worked because that's what I wanted. So you got to do what you want out of this. If you really want a 6-figure income and some financial freedom, then you got to put in the work. There's nothing that is super successful in life that doesn't require some grit and hard work. And it's really gratifying when you're like, I worked my off, and now I'm walking across stage because I worked my butt off. It's like the 80% of the time that's really hard is so worth that 20% of the time where you're like, yes! Okay, it's over. Time to get back to work. All right. Like I have to give that up. What? Sex? No, don't give up sex. Sex is important. That will keep your husband on the girl, keep working because you're getting hotter and sexier. Just give me sex and keep getting hotter. Sorry. Sex is not foreign to me. I love the topic. All right. Do you have to post your workout videos or just sometimes? What do you find people like to watch in their videos? I think you have to be really aware of what your audience likes and doesn't like. So, for instance, my Instagram, if I post a picture of, I don't know, what was one I did the other day? I don't remember. A motivational quote, they hate them. Flowers I got in the mail, they don't care. I got 271 likes on my flowers. I post a picture of my abs, with this one, I get 1,700 likes. I'm self-aware that for some reason my people like this picture. So for my algorithms, I can't be like, but I want to post the flowers that Angie Lee bought me and sent me with my bracelet because they're cute. Okay, I did. But you know what? They didn't like it. That's not what they're following me for. And so my people like fashion. They love when I post cute little outfits and I tag where I got it. They love when I do my workout videos. I can't do them every day. It's tiring. So they love fashion. They love makeup tips. And they love my little workout videos. So just being really self-aware of what people like and don't like. If you see that you're only getting half the likes that you normally would get, then maybe that's not your jam. And go back to what you were doing, what you're getting good likes on, and duplicate that and find different ways to duplicate it. Mine used to be the iMovie, and I still do that every so often. But now another formation of it is just getting in front of my Diva Light, showing my sweaty self with my progress showing. they like that also. So if you have a challenger from Instagram but doesn't want to do Facebook, do you have a separate challenge group? You mean the person on Instagram that doesn't have a Facebook account? I think that's what you're referring to. That's rough. I'm like, girl, just go create something and come on over. Most of the time they have a deactivated Facebook account and they can activate it just to be in the group. I do have a challenge tracker app group that my assistant runs for me, but it's limited for those people who just aren't on social media. I actually have a girl, Mrs. Alabama. She has no Facebook and no Instagram. She texts me and I'm like, I love you, Mrs. Alabama. You're so cute. But she's in my challenge tracker group. What time do you do actual messaging? Wait, what time do you do the actual messaging? I'm not sure what you mean, but I randomly do it throughout the day. Like when I'm pooping or when I'm at a stoplight. I'm so glamorous. Anytime I'm stirring the pasta, I'm messaging all day, every day. Just those pockets of time. Like I said, I don't like to be boxed into hours. That does not make me happy. So you got to do what works for your personality. If being set down for 2 to 4 o'clock, you're going to focus on your power 2 hours, then do that if that's what makes you happy. But for me, I just find it those little moments in time. I literally am like, hold on, Johnny. Okay, we're good. All right, let's push that car around. Just kidding. That sounds really bad. I really do pay attention to my kids, I promise. It's honestly, this is like mom sanity for me too. You know, we talk to babies all day and little kiddos, and I'm like, finally, I can feel like I'm doing something really cool outside of the home. So that it gives me some mommy sanity too.
How do you sleep with your makeup on and it doesn't look any different?
I do sleep with makeup on. Okay, so here's the trick. First of all, I'm a back sleeper. So I'm not a crazy psycho in bed. So if you're all over the place, then you just might as well give up and do it every morning. But I sleep on my back because I got my boobs done. And it's not comfortable to sleep on your stomach. I'm an open book. I don't care. I don't care at all. But I sleep on my back and I keep my lashes on. I wash my face. I leave my eye makeup on. All I do is touch up my eye makeup a little bit, literally at 5:30 in the morning, a little bit of Embark from MAC right there, the purple. Put a little bit underneath. Put some new foundation on, Neutrogena, rub it on real quick, a little bit of blush, and I can go do my video. Diva Light will take care of the rest. Yeah. Robin's like, oh my God, I'm never gonna have her on again.
No, I'm asking you next week.
You said you work from 9 to 12 a.m. What part do you do then? You emeralds asking me all these detailed questions. I don't even know what I do. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding, Sherry. From 9 to 12, I sit down. I'm on Facebook in my inbox. I'm in my DMs. I'm answering messages. I am coming up with the next challenge group concept. I'm connecting. I have a thing that I do every day. I connect with 3 coaches a day because my downline is beginning ginormo now. And so I feel like I'm way out of touch with people, and I hate that because I love the community. That brings me joy. So I'm like, all right, 3 coaches randomly in my downline. I go message them. Hey, girl, how you doing? What's going on in your business? How's your workouts going? And make sure I'm staying plugged in with them. So when I sit down at night, it's getting through my inbox, sending out invites, follow-ups, coming up with challenge group concepts, reverse engineering marketing plans for my team, maybe making a pretty picture for the cover photo, all that. How far ahead do you plan for your groups? Pretty far. 3 months ahead, because I feel like when seasons change, the concepts start to change. So around springtime every year, my audience looks forward to certain groups. They know that the Slay the Day group and what's the other one called? Why am I going blank? My April and March group. It's the spring cleaning one. I do a Motivated Mama. That's what it's called. Motivated Mama. There's an app. It's called Motivated Mama. And it is a daily checklist that will upload to your phone, and it'll be all right, clean 1 drawer in your house. Wash out all your sinks in your house today. Clean out your sock drawer. It gives you 10 things to do, and I integrate that into my challenge group. But before I start that challenge group, I reverse engineer my marketing so that I talk about how my house is cluttered, how I'm ready to start cleaning things out. Oh my gosh, do you have a junk drawer like this? Is your refrigerator look psycho crazy? Like, I start talking about those things so that when I'm like, all right, ladies, this is what we're doing. I'm going to have a motivated mama group, and we're going to get our houses in order at springtime. And we're going to declutter, and we're going to work on our health and fitness at the same time. And because I've been talking about that for 2 weeks, they're like, oh, okay, let's do it. Are you primarily only signing coaches? Nope, I sign challengers and coaches pretty evenly. I have a goal, a minimum of 5 coaches a month, just to help my personal trajectory that I'm on. And then challengers, thankfully, now that I have Insta stories, I literally can look at my back office and be like, oh, I'm at 20 points today. Cool. And it's because these people are coming in and they're buying challenge packs. So, and I just now launching my website, like 6 years in. I've never had a website. So that gets launched next month. Since you run challenge group, I'm late. Am I boring, y'all? I'm going on like an hour here. Since you run challenge groups every 30 days and they're open to all programs, do your posts reflect the newest programs coming out? Nope. All my posts are designed around Jatana's personality. They are the same posts every 30 days, and mainly because these girls are new people, so my 30-day groups are for new people. And so it could be like, tell me your favorite inspirational quote and why. Go out and buy yourself something like a tank top at Target and share. Do a random act of kindness and share with the group. And I have a point tracking system, an Excel spreadsheet that's pinned at the top of the group. They get to track their own points. They tag, oh, I love day 17. Is day 17? Yeah. Day 17 is tell me on your Facebook page what it is you've loved about this group and the results you've had thus far, and tag me in it. And oh my gosh, they're writing, on day 17, I know I wake up in the morning, I got like 35 notifications, and it's, Amy writing, so I'm in this Makeover Mama group with this girl, Jatana Jackson, that I met online. I've lost 6 pounds already in 17 days. I feel so much stronger and so good. I'm loving the women that are in the group. I'm so excited to start the next one with her. She's posting that on her Facebook page. That's amazing. And that's all my challengers posting it all on the same day. So that's bringing more eyes on my page as well. So I have a daily task that they have to do, and I make it fun. And I have them track it. And at the end of the 30 days, whoever has the most points, and they get competitive in there. They're like, oh no, I have more. I have one more point. They get I usually will do like just cute stuff. This is one that I'm giving out for this month. It's a swell bottle with a palm tree on it. Or you can give out pumpkin, like they'll go bananas over this. Things like that. Do you direct people to a form or to apply? Yes. I have a link tree on my Instagram. I'll do swipe up, join my group in my Insta stories. So once you get 10,000 followers, get to 10,000 so you can do your swipe up. It really helps funnel people. I also do Woohoo forms on my Facebook page as well. Since you're in, okay, I think I got all of them. Did I miss any? Look at that cute blonde curly hair. Love it. You're so handsome. Is there any more questions? Did I miss anything?
I think that's pretty much it. And that was awesome. The
only thing that I'm going to say, you guys can hear all this information. And if you don't do anything with it, it's just information. Like, go do something with it. Go actually get to work. Do some of the things. If you learn something tonight, like start taking action on it. That is the only thing that's going to move your business forward is action. Not watching YouTube videos, not reading personal development, not even doing your workout sometimes. It's just taking action constantly in your business every single day. And if you really want it bad enough, you'll get rid of some things in your life that might not need, that are taking up time that you don't need in there. Like, I don't know, Grey's Anatomy that's just starting out. I've seen my coaches post them. I'm like, girl, go get your Grey's Anatomy. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. I'll let you go. Come follow me on Instagram. It's a good time.
All right. Awesome. I think Megan was recording this. I hope so.
Don't put it out in public. I'll scare people away.
No, we'll keep it to ourselves. This is gold right here. We're not just giving this away all willy-nilly. All right, Jatana, thanks for being on with us.
Thanks, Boo.
We should do a boomerang. Wait, we gotta do a boomerang.
Oh, what's our boomerang? Wait, I want to record this. This could be cute. What should we do? Like Night of the Roxbury or something? We're all like,
yeah, good call.
Are we gonna disco dance? What if we all disco dance?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, can you put music to it and tag me? Thanks.
Wait, you can't put music on a boomerang.
Oh.
I mean, you can't. Maybe you can with the little thing. Okay, you're all ready? Go.
1, 2, 3, go.
I'm recording. Keep going. Wait, no. Heather, come on. You're the one making all comments. Get in. We're disco dancing. We're waiting on you. Oh, there we go. She's doing it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. It's so funny. I'll send it to you so you can have it, or maybe you guys can do it yourself. I love you guys. Thank you for having me. But please go take action. That's the biggest thing that I ask for out of this call is take action. All right? Bye.
Thanks, girl. See ya.